If you've been following along on our 1954 King build, you know this is a rare camper, and we're building it for my buddy Jim. It's a cool camper, and you've seen the interior coming along. You're going to see more here pretty soon, probably the next week or two. I'm making really good progress, and I wanted to keep you up to date. I wanted to show you something before it gets away from me. Hey, if you're getting any kind of value out of any of these videos, would you hit the like, subscribe, ring the bell? My commenting people, you're my people. I appreciate you. Anyway, so we are getting ready, let me sit down here, to install this Dixie stove. I got the bottom part painted nice and black, nice shiny gloss back. Jim's cleaned up this, he's cleaned up the interior. Look at that. I mean, how nice is that for a 1954 model? That's nice, real nice. We've got the grates, I just don't have them on there right now because they'll fall out, and they are so hard to find. You gotta take care of those little pieces. You may not think they're valuable or they cost a lot of money, but just try to find some. Not easy, not easy. Just ask Jim because he's the one that's been working on this stove. It's kind of a centerpiece of this trailer because it's so beautiful. I think that lead into the Art Deco style. But anyway, that's just the lead in to what I want to show you today. Jim was working on this before he left on a camping trip, and I've got to get it installed before he gets back because we have to take the next step. So let me show you what I'm going to do. Here's a good shot of the front end of the King. I've got, of course, the ceiling is installed. We got to install the window right there and then add some more bracing. There's going to be a brace right in there, right there, so that we can brace up the dinette table on the inside. But here's what we're going to work on today. You've seen parts and pieces of this. This is the tongue. This is the very front of the trailer. Now, remember, the Dixie stove is gas. It's gas. You want to see something cool? I don't know if you've seen this before. Let me see if I can get this off without making a big job out of it, which apparently I cannot. Here we go. Right there in the center, that's where the pilot light is. It's only one pilot light for all 4 burners. Pretty cool. One pilot light, all 4 burners. Pretty cool. Just thought I'd show you that. When I find things I think are cool, I'm hopeful maybe you think they're cool too. But back to the job at hand. Right here, we have got to install a holder for our propane gas tank. It's got to sit on there, and then from there to under there, we're going to have to buy at least a 12-foot, maybe more, gas line. And we like to run the new reinforced rubber ones. They seem to really, they're nice and flexible, they seem to last, and they don't kink up like copper does. So that's what we got to get that ordered. So I'm going to get this installed before Jim gets back from his camping trip so that we can measure and install his gas and get his Dixie stove in. So right here is where they're gonna go. Right here. So what we did was we took 1-inch angle iron. So it would be 1 inch right there, 1 inch right there. That's 1-inch angle iron. And we've already cut them. I probably should have done this before, but you'll get the idea. Now going across the back here is going to be much longer. So let's see, where are we at, right? Let's see. Oh, it's back there. Right there and right here. There's where I marked these out right here and right here. And then we cut right here on this angle to make it nice and smooth. See how that just comes right across there? Now we did the same thing up here. You see that line and that line? Well, that's for this. And we're gonna put these, that's upside down. It's gonna be like this. Great camera work, huh? Aren't you glad you tuned in today? All right, so those will go right there. Now I've drilled the holes. No, I didn't. I'm going to drill the holes right here, and then I'm going to drill them in here. What I'll do is I'll probably clamp them down and drill through both at the same time. We've measured this out because if you look on the bottom of the propane tanks, look at there. They got a place where you can run a bolt through them. And that's how you will secure it. So there will be a bolt here, and there will be a bolt or a hole here and a hole on the other side. And then that sits on that after we get it bolted in, and then the propane just stays right in there. All right, let's get to work. Got my angle iron nice and clamped in. Remember, clamps are your friends. Don't be afraid of the clamps. They're good. So I'm right on that line. Now, I've got to go ahead and make the holes. Let me show you what I'm using. What I've got here is, whoa, 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch. And right here, or no, 5/16. 5/16. 1/4 inch drill bit, 1/4 inch drill bit, 5/16 nut and bolt. So we're going to just cut through here, try to go on double speed, and you'll see what we're doing. And that's all there is to that. I'm just going to have to tighten it up, and I'll do that off camera. But I'm going to go ahead and do that 3 more times. And then once I get it down, I'll measure it and see exactly. I'll fit this and see where these holes are, and then I'll put those holes in there. 3 more to go. There's the bolts. They're in. They're tightened up. Measured exactly. Now we've got one more step in this process. And that is to take this cylinder right here and to mount it right here. You can see that's a perfect fit. Just enough to get it in here, but not much for it to move. Just enough. So now we've got to take and line these up. So they're on 90 degrees, here, 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 and here. They're going to be pretty close every time. Now, some people like to run their hose out front, wrap it around. Some people like to go like that, wrap it around and take it under. Some people even like to go from here directly to here. I don't like that. I think minimum we're here, and we're going to check and see what our measurements are. So what I did is I measured from here to here, cut it in half, and put a mark right here in the middle. From here to here, cut it in half, put a mark right here. So that should be exactly in the center. And that's where I drill those holes on here and on here. Should line up with that right there. Let me see what I can do. Woo! Here we go. All right, hole number 1. So if we're here, we line up. Let's see, that puts that hole right on right there. And if I look back here and kind of see where my mark is, we've got a little bit of room to move because this has that extra room right here. You can kind of see it's oblong. So if I look here in the center of that, I look back here and I get this set on my mark, we're fine. That's exactly where we want to be. So, measured 3 times, gonna drill once on each side, see what happens. Woo, not happening. There we go. Tell you what, don't scrimp on drill bits. You really get your money's worth, especially on metal, on drill bits. All right. So on these, I'm going to set this here, pop in under here, maybe. All right, got one in. Then I can tighten it right here. So I say, there I go. And of course I would tighten that down, and I might even use a little thumb screw on that one, or on these, just to make it a little bit easier. Let's see how I did back here. Oop, that's not the easiest one. There, there we go. Let me tighten this one real quick. There we go. It's going to move like that because I haven't tightened it all the way down yet. And I'm going to do that. And guess what? We're set. We're ready to set that Dixie stove. So stay tuned, because this has now allowed us to mess with this. And that's a beautiful stove.